Hey y'all, welcome. This is a book review that is overdue. I had to take my time with this one because it means a lot to a friend of mine's. And we grew up together since we were in diapers, kindergarten, you name it. We grew up together, and I wanted to take my time with this one, even though I took a little bit too much time because I have other stuff in life that keeps me distracted. And that's one of the things that I want to talk about in her book because she opened my eyes up real quick. So I want to introduce Awakened Queen by Crystal Marie Chambers. She has been an inspiration with this one. It's how I went from peasant thinking to queen mindset. And that's what we all women need to have, that queen mindset. I don't know what y'all know what that means, but it means to be mindful of what you're doing and how you're doing it. So I wanted to touch on some of the things that she talked about. So again, it is How I Went from Peasant Thinking to Queen Mindset, Awakened Queen, Daughter of the Most High King by Crystal Marie Chambers. So meaning, you better have your relationship with God and have some faith that everything will be all right. And it will be, as long as you reveal yourself and be transparent and be true to yourself. So, this has a lot to do with the interview that I had recently with my cousin Sandra Ibrahim. She wanted to kind of, mind pick, and she wanted to know what my entrepreneurship meant. And to me, it means kind of branching out, doing new things, and being truthful to myself as to what I'm doing as far as the entrepreneurship. So this kind of tie in hand with some of the quotes that she has in this book. So I'm kind of excited. I wanted to, and I wrote down some things that really meant a lot to me in this book because it's like she was speaking to me. But I know that I wasn't alone because she went through the same things that I went through. Probably not so much of the same things, but more or less on the mindset. And sometimes that can get people caught up. When you caught up into nonsense, you can definitely get lost in the sauce. Anyways, yes, I wanted to basically talk about how I know Crystal. Crystal was one of those people that you get drawn to. She was very happy, uplifting, and we played basketball together. We went to high school together. It went farther than that. But the meaningful years that we really truly kind of connected was in our high school years. But I knew her since kindergarten, since grammar school, because her father was the principal of West Fresno. So I knew her ever since we were kids, and there was a lot of stuff I didn't know about her. Because like she mentioned in her book, a lot of stuff was masked. And for me too. And just to read her book, I feel like I'm more connected with her because when we were friends, we didn't really reveal too much to each other because we were afraid. We were afraid to be transparent and be vulnerable and be embarrassed as to how our mindset was at the time. Because being young, you just really don't have that mindset of a queen. And okay, so say for instance, you grew up with a woman that had the mindset as a queen, you would treat yourself as a queen as growing up. But when you don't have that role model or that person to set that queen mindset in your mind, then yes, you will be lost in the sauce. You will not be transparent. You will be very masked and try to please people to fit them when it really wasn't you. It really wasn't about you, when it should be about you. Because you're the one that's going to give off the fruit of that tree. You're going to give off. And what I mean by that is you're going to give the knowledge to someone else that's going to be able to carry that queen mindset. I appreciate everything that she has accomplished in her life. Even though we have grown apart over the years because of, certain circumstances, everybody grow apart, but she's still in my heart and she will always be my friend. If she called me today, best believe I will be there for her. I wanted to give some type of background about myself and how this book relates to a lot of things that I've gone through. As someone that grew up as a Muslim, that grew up in a Christian setting, because my father dated a Christian woman after my mother passed away. So there was a lot of things that happened to where I kind of lost faith in what I was brought up in, what I was taught. I don't knock any religion at all. Whatever faith you may have, whatever belief you may have, stick with it. You may have some insight, some type of mindset that's gonna, motivate somebody else or motivate you. So for me, I grew up in a kind of confusing situation. The foundation was Islam. I grew up Muslim. And the second one was Christianity. I was kind of confused at that point because as you grow up Muslim and then transform into Christianity and have no clue as to what it means, because someone is just like, trying to embed that in your mind that that's what it is. It has a lot. It has a lot to do with the upbringing of myself right now. I still have faith in God, and God is the greatest right now because I am blessed with my family and my health. So I'm thankful for that. It's just been a very interesting journey. I still believe in God. I am spiritual. I still have faith that there is going to be a better life, a better, upbringing for my son. I pray with him every night, and I pray that he becomes a great man that will do great things. And I pray that God is listening. So on that note, that's just a little bit of background for me as far as my religious background. But with Crystal Marie Chambers, she has been a Christian all her life. And so when she quotes the Bible in here, it is pertaining to the Bible and how the people in the Bible have lived their lives and what it pertains to us now. And I respect that. I respect it so much. So she has done a tremendous, wonderful job with this because she spoke her truth. She spoke what she experienced in her life and what she was going through and how she overcome it by being awakened as a queen. In her introduction, and this stood out to me very much because we all go through this, accountability. And she quoted on her introduction, "See, when you don't check the hurts from the root, they grow and fester, then seep out unbeknownst to self. It almost as if everybody can see you but you. Accountability at one point was far from me." Girl, girl. Yes, I can relate to that, definitely. Accountability is something that a lot of people do not uh, acknowledge in their life. They don't acknowledge accountability because they don't feel that they are accountable. Way of life to be able to go through life without no accountability, like they just, own the world. And that's not how you should be. That's not how you should live your life, like you own the world. You do not. You do not. So that one stood out a lot to me because of the fact that I have done my share of not being accountable for myself and the things that I have done. Again, there's growth in everything. Growth. So not only that, even in my marriage, as a parent, I have to be accountable for both of them because I'm representing my husband. I'm representing my son. I have to be accountable for the things that I do that's going to affect them. So, on that note, there's another quote. So, there is a chapter called Renewal of Mind, Self-Mastery, and Seeking Wisdom. That's on page 43 and 44 is the one that I'm going to talk about here. All right, so I'm going to read this whole page because this is some powerful reading here. Powerful. As I began to work on my self-development and getting closer to my Creator, the guilt of what I was doing had started tugging at my heart. I could no longer bear the weight of not owning up to my actions. If I hurt someone along the way, whether I did it intentionally or not, I told myself from then on, no matter the cause or who may caused it, I would always correct my faults. This was life-changing for me because if I didn't adhere, I would always be lacking integrity. Listen, you cannot be morally sound without integrity. It is impossible. Girl, speak it. It is certainly a missing key ingredient in self-mastery. In achieving self-mastery, you must be open and honest with who you are and where you are in your life. You have to own that and begin to weed out all the negative things you are doing that are holding you back from elevating. True. Sometimes we only address the things that others may see or have heard about while hiding the deeds we do in the dark. My God. Self will begin to check everything, knowing the Most High sees all. I heard a saying many years ago that spoke volumes to me personally. It stated, it's not about who you are when people are around, but who you are when nobody is watching. Powerful insight. Quote, Crystal Marie Chambers. My goodness. We all fall short of that. When you are showing outside who they think you should be, you should just be yourself. All the way around, inside and out. Inside the house should be the same way as you're being outside the house. Because when you change up, people look at you differently. They be like, are you who you really are? Because I don't want to deal with somebody that's going to change up and not be who they are. It just doesn't make any sense. So for me, I'm always who I am, outside and inside. And it's intimidating. It's intimidating to a lot of people. And they've already told me that. So, maybe I need to tone it down. But at the same time, I am who I am. And if you don't like who I am, then I can't help you with that. So I'm accountable for my own actions. And I would like for people to know me who know who I am inside and out. Especially if I'm going to be in front of the camera. I don't want to be fake. That's not who I am at all. At all. And if I become fake, then I'm fake to myself, and I'm not true to myself, so I'm not transparent, so I'm becoming somebody that I'm not. And that's just not the business at all. Anyways, let's get back to it. So on page 44 was another quote, a paragraph actually, so it was connected to the one that I had read before. So it says, as I look back, it is almost frightening to know that in having no integrity then, I went to bed many of nights without acknowledging my wrongdoings and asking those offended, more so, the Most High, for forgiveness. The next day was never promised to me, so sleeping comfortably should have never been. And knowing that I have absolutely no control over my next breath, I make it my due diligence in the now to amend each of my faults. If I keep professing that I want to be taken up to a higher realm, at no point should I be engaged in lower realm of behavior. Facts. This is contradictory practice we have all got to stop. It is only suiting that we be consciously aware of our deeds at all times. We have to refrain from being false in character and being exactly who the Most High created us to be. Having integrity is a conscious decision to be honest and true to your own identity. That's what I was just saying. That's what I was just saying. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I'm not being fake to nobody. You know, because then once they see the true you, they're not going to listen to you no more. So why are you going to be fake and then try to be real? You better be real through the whole time of your life, because you're going to be accountable for all the things that you do in life. Believe that. Facts. Anyways, so I want to go to another chapter. It's called Focus on What is Important, what is most important. And I struggle with this a lot. And that's going to be one of my things for 2021, is to focus on what's important, the most important, which is my family, my son. My son needs his mother and his father around. Whatever happens with me and my husband, I love him a lot. But I know there's things that I would like to do in my life that he may not even want to even, bother with. But that's okay. We'll learn and we'll grow together and we'll figure it out on the way. We'll see. But that is page 52. Page 52. Focus on what is most important. And you know what? I vouch to this. I tend to do a lot of social media, and it has some purpose to it. Okay. I'm promoting other business. I'm promoting myself. I am a freelance modeler, and so I focus on a lot on what I would like to do. But I also need to focus on the upbringing of my son and the upbringing of our family and the environment that he is in. So I need to balance everything and make sure that I am spending the most important time with him and not the most important time for me. Because in turn, when I do the things that are important to me, it's going to reflect on him as well, either positive or negative. So I have to make sure it is positive. If it's negative, that means I'm doing too much for myself and not for him. So I have to balance out trying to figure out how to nourish him and to get him ready for the world. So, page 52. And this one hit me hard, because I was like, I can relate to that. So here we go. Holding your attention takes skill. Girl. Boy. Queen, king, everybody. Please listen and adhere the words that I'm speaking, or she is speaking in her book. Hold your attention takes skill. This is very important skill to have mastered. Your level of performance will always be based on your level of attention. Let me say this, your memory skill will be improved the more you have focused attention. You have to be selective and specific on what you want your brain to store in order to tune out what is unimportant. Be clear on what is your top priority and focus completely by devoting your energy to that specific thing. I know for a fact often we think multitasking is a favorable advantage. Oh my God. Let me stop. Multitasking is for fools. I'm sorry. I've done that so many times, and I can tell you, my husband will tell me, I thought you were multitasking. I thought you could do multiple things at a time. I pretend like I was doing most of those things, multiple things at a time. I was pretending that I was. But in reality, what was happening is that once I was starting one project, I would forget about it after I start another one, and then another one, and then another one. And then it was just an ongoing situation and problem that I now, by reading this book and also acknowledging the things that I do as far as multitasking, I'm not doing that no more. I'm doing one thing at a time. So meaning with this book, I've been reading it for quite some time. And I got this book long time ago. Like, not long time ago, but this year, 2020. And I've been reading it, putting it down, reading it, putting it down, reading it, putting it down. And I'm like, I'm not retaining it by doing that. I need to focus on reading it. And do you know how long it takes to read this book? It's very short. An hour. Recently, while I was on my PCO, I read this whole book and was like, oh my God, there are so many things in this book that she has gone through, that I was going through, that I'm still probably going through. I know that I am, especially with this one, because holding attention to yourself is a skill to have. And I hold attention to everything. My son, my husband, myself, other people, and myself is very minimal. So coming the year of 2021 is going to be different. It's going to be very, very different. But anyways, let me finish on. Be clear on what is your top priority and focus completely by devoting your energy to that specific thing. I know for a fact often we think multitasking is a favorable advantage. However, too much multitasking limits your performance because the brain naturally can only complete focus on one thing at a time. Like she said, our brain is only focused to do one thing at a time. And once we do one thing at a time, our performance is immaculate. So, however, too much multitasking limits your performance because the brain naturally can only completely focus on one thing at a time. Trying to do two or more things at once won't allow you to successfully get them done in a timely manner. Oh my God. I can vouch for that. I can definitely vouch for that. It is less productive than doing a single thing at a time, and most definitely will slow you down on getting one thing completely done while decreasing the quality of your work. I've learned from my experience that you can complete a single task faster than you would if you multitask. Amen. 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 There is so much more in this book that I would like to cover, but I won't, because you know what? You need to get this for yourself. You need to be awakened, queen. This is for the ladies to be awakened as a queen, and not no bitch, no hoe, no slut, no slay. No, you can slay. You can slay the hair and the fashion and everything, but you're not a bitch. You're not a hoe. You're not a badass bitch. You're not this. You're not that. And if you wanna subject yourself to that, that's fine. But as a queen, you hold yourself differently. This book has opened my eyes up a lot, and I'm thankful for my friend because she has been an inspiration in my life since day one. And I am very proud of her and her accomplishments as far as telling her truth. Her truth has made her the person that she is today. She's a family woman. She is doing her thing. She is, I haven't spoken to her in a long time, but I know that she's doing better in life than she was before, especially if she's written a book about her truth. Thank you for watching this book review, and I hope that she approves of this, even though I have so much reading to do. As you can see, I have so many books. Please get your book at Amazon.com, just because this is the queen mindset that we all strive for. So anyways, thank you for watching this book review, and there will be more. There will be more. So take care of yourself, enjoy life, and have the queen mindset.